Alright, we're back. I've got everything taped up, everything is bolted down. You can see here how I put the tape in there. It's covering the entire surface that the work area is going to be in contact with. And I've also got the petroleum jelly has been applied to the entire inside tape surface as well. I got everything in place I'm going to need. I've got a birthday hat funnel here. I've got my number 8 shot with my fancy agitator. And I went ahead and poured 2 bottles. These are the condiment bottles again with the resin. They do not have the hardener in them yet, but I just want to go ahead and at least get the fiberglass resin poured. Set one off to the back so it doesn't get in the way. And I'm going to apply the hardener, and you can watch how I do that. You need to follow directions on the back of the can. It shows you how much work time you got. Approximately between 8 and 10 minutes is the work time. So you got to move along pretty quick with this stuff. Stirring sticks here, also the kebab sticks. And then I just give it a good mix. You need to make sure that stuff is mixed good. Go ahead and get it started. Get your top, put that on. Go ahead and put a layer in your workpiece. Make sure you get some all the way in there. Okay, stop there and go ahead and load you up some shot shell in there. Some poured, and then you have to agitate it to get it out. Yeah, remember to keep in time. Keep in mind that you got 8 to 10 minutes to get this stuff in there before it solids up. I just like to get a layer, in there just to the point where you can't see the resin anymore. And that way, that lets you know that you're getting ready to have to put some more resin in there. You got enough time where you can work some around if you get too much in there in some spots. Alright, now it's time to put some more resin in. This is considerably bigger than the other model that I had before that I originally tried this on. You want to make sure you cover everything because you don't want any voids in between there, or you're going to have some weak points in it. Okay. And that bottle's probably going to be done and over with. You can't reuse that, obviously. Once that stuff hardens, it's done. Okay, so shot back out, ready to go again. And again, you want to move along pretty quick. Remember your time. None of this has been pre-measured, so I just kind of eyeball it and go. Maybe some more. Starting to work, I can smell it. I don't have much experience with this stuff. I've done one other project with it other than the one I started on here about a week or so ago. But I am aware you can't work with too much of this stuff at one time or you're going to run into some trouble with it drying too quick. Some of you guys may have done some body work on some vehicles with it and are well aware how it works. Might come to the end of what I've got oozing up through the shot. So probably gonna have to mix some more up here shortly. I've got a good amount more than what I'm gonna need. Here I like to try to go ahead and level it out a bit. I can definitely tell this is going to work out really good this time. Alright, I'm going to put the hardener in the other batch and roll with it. Should be 10 drops. Technically, it's probably a good idea to have a measuring cup, but I've had a little bit of practice here recently. I've feel pretty confident I can get it where I need it. Obviously, I'm not going to need this whole bottle, but I had mixed it anyway. This, the depth of this is actually 2 1/8 of an inch. So, you know, we're shooting for 2 inches, but you do got to have a little extra room to play. And it shouldn't affect the design as far as the ends for the bearings that we're going to be putting together. So, you know, if you don't want to go all the way to the top, you know, there's some wiggle room there. I'm probably going to go ahead and fill it all the way up and just smooth it off and go from there. It's going to work out easiest, I think. Get an opportunity to level it off a little bit. Once I get up near to the top, I start feeling a little better about it. I'm pretty nervous up to the point. Start getting closer to finished. Just trying to keep in mind the amount of time, the working time that you have with it. The better you get it done here when you're putting it in, the less finish work you have too. You'll see what I'm talking about when we finally pull it off the mold. Alright, we'll go one more pour here. See, I'm just tracing the outline of where I've got the shot at. These bottles make it really easy to do that. You get to the top here, you may have some ooze over a little bit. The good thing about this stuff is you can sand it. You can even sand the soft steel shot without messing with the integrity of your final workpiece. So I'm only saying that in case I make a big mess myself. But I have put that to the test as well. I'm going to cut it off here, and I'm probably going to the last 1/16 of an inch or so. I'm just going to pour a little bit of resin over it, that way I've got a nice smooth finish. Really don't want a whole lot sticking out and have to refinish the whole lot. It's kind of aggravating. Try to remember your time, but your stuff is going to solid up pretty quick. I don't want anything sticking off the top. It's just going to make it aggravating when you have to go back and try to take it out of the mold. You see there, it's already starting to solid up. I'm not going to even try to mess with that anymore. I'm just going to mix a little bit more. Go at it again. Just make sure it's coated all the way across the top. And if it goes over a little bit, you know, we'll have to sand it some. No biggie. No big deal. From this point forward, it's just a matter of waiting. All right, that's it for this, and we'll be back when we're starting to pull it out of the mold.